Did you know that over 70% of solved cold cases are cracked open thanks to tiny bits of evidence left behind at the scene? We're talking about things you touch every single day without a second thought. Welcome back to the channel, where today we're diving deep into the wild world of true crime. We will go in to uncover the astonishing stories of killers who were brought to justice not by elaborate police stings, but by the most mundane, everyday items you can imagine. Think about it. A receipt from a convenience store, a single strand of hair, or even a half-eaten piece of fruit. In our daily lives, these things are just trash. But in the hands of a skilled investigator, they become the keys that unlock the darkest secrets and solve the most baffling cases. Law enforcement faces an incredible challenge, with countless cases and often very few leads. Finding that one crucial piece of evidence can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. But sometimes, that needle is hiding in plain sight. It's the overlooked detail, the seemingly insignificant object, that completely turns an investigation on its head and leads detectives straight to the killer's door. Let's start with the case of the BTK killer, Dennis Rader. For decades, he terrorized Wichita, Kansas, taunting police and the media with letters. He was meticulous, careful, and left almost no evidence behind. The case went cold for years. Then, in 2004, he made a fatal mistake. He sent a floppy disk to a local news station, believing its contents had been wiped clean. He even asked the police in one of his communications if they could trace him through it, and they cleverly told him no. Big mistake. Forensic experts recovered a deleted Word document from that disk. Buried in the metadata was the name Dennis and the location Christ Lutheran Church, where Rader served as president of the church council. That tiny piece of digital dust from an obsolete piece of technology was the break they needed. A DNA test confirmed it, and the reign of BTK was finally over, all thanks to a floppy disk. Then there's the chilling story of the grim sleeper, Lonnie Franklin Jr., who was active in Los Angeles for over 2 decades. His crimes spanned from the 1980s to the 2000s, with a long gap in between, earning him his grim nickname. The police had his DNA profile from multiple crime scenes but couldn't find a match in any database. The case seemed destined to remain unsolved. But the investigation took a revolutionary turn with the use of familial DNA. Investigators ran the crime scene DNA through the state's offender database, not looking for a perfect match, but for a partial one, someone who might be related to the killer. And they got a hit. The partial match belonged to Lonnie Franklin's son, who had been arrested for a felony weapons charge. This led them directly to his father. To confirm their suspicions, they needed Franklin's DNA without alerting him. An undercover officer posed as a waiter at a pizza place where Franklin was eating. After Franklin finished his meal, the officer collected his discarded pizza crust, napkin, and cup. The DNA from the saliva on the pizza crust was a perfect match to the DNA from the crime scenes. A simple slice of pizza brought a notorious serial killer to justice after more than 20 years on the loose. And what about something as simple as a plant in Arizona? A murder victim was found dumped near a Palo Verde tree on the suspect's truck. Investigators found 2 Palo Verde seed pods. This might seem like nothing. Palo Verde trees are common in Arizona, but a brilliant forensic botanist was able to prove that those specific seed pods had a unique genetic fingerprint that matched the exact tree at the crime scene. It was the first time plant DNA was ever used in a criminal trial in the United States. The seed pods placed the suspect's truck at the exact location where the body was dumped, providing the crucial link that convicted him of murder. From a floppy disk to pizza crust to a simple seed pod, these cases show us that in the world of crime, there's no such thing as a small detail. But perhaps the most dramatic case of all involves the Golden State Killer, Joseph James DeAngelo. For more than 40 years, this man was a ghost. He was responsible for at least 13 murders, over 50 assaults, and more than 100 burglaries across California in the 70s and 80s. He was a phantom who left communities paralyzed with fear. Decades went by and the case grew colder and colder. Investigators had DNA, but like with the grim sleeper, no matches in the criminal databases. Then, in 2018, investigators took a gamble on a new technique. They uploaded the killer's DNA profile to public genealogy websites, like GEDmatch, which people use to trace their family trees. They weren't looking for the killer himself, but for distant relatives. After painstakingly building out complex family trees from distant cousins, They finally zeroed in on one man, Joseph Jeans D'Angelo, a former police officer, to get a final DNA confirmation. Investigators secretly collected a tissue he had thrown in his trash can. The DNA was a perfect match. After 4 decades of terror and mystery, the Golden State Killer was finally identified and captured, not by a confession or a traditional lead, but by genetic data voluntarily uploaded by his own distant family members. The very thing that connects us to our past became the tool that exposed a monster. So, as we've seen, the most ordinary items can hold extraordinary power. For criminals, every object they touch, every place they step, is a potential breadcrumb trail leading right back to them. A receipt can establish a timeline, a fiber can link a suspect to a victim, and a drop of sweat can tell a person's entire genetic story. It's a double-edged sword. The very things that make our modern lives convenient can also be our downfall if we ray on the wrong side of the law. These tiny, overlooked witnesses are always there, silently waiting to tell their story. They prove that in the fight for justice, no detail is too small, and the truth is often hiding in the last place you'd ever think to look. What do you think is the most crucial everyday item for solving crimes in today's world? Is it DNA, digital footprints, or something else entirely? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this fascinating, you're going to love our next video on the psychology of a criminal mind. Be sure to check it out. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into true crime. See you next time.